In 2014, the smartphone market was becoming more competitive than ever. Apple released the iPhone 6, and Samsung released the Galaxy S5. Companies wanted to take a stab at the market, however, with Amazon, yes, Amazon, their attempt was, well, not good, not in the slightest. Hey guys, how's it going? I think this would be a really good time to do a video on the Fire Phone, especially since I actually have one now in person with me, this is a really cool phone, I have to say. I got a lot of B-roll for this video, so you're gonna see a lot of that, but this is a really cool phone, and I thought this would be a good time to do a separate video on it. We still will do a phone review later on, but I thought it would be really cool to do an actual video specifically on this phone and what happened with it. So, let's go into that. Like I mentioned earlier, the smartphone market was becoming very competitive in 2014. The big two companies, Apple and Samsung, released their flagship phones to a success, and Amazon had wanted to profit off a smartphone just like they did. A prototype phone was apparently in the works all the way back in 2010, and was shown to AT&T in 2011. Some had believed that Amazon was going to purchase WebOS, owned by HP, to create the Fire Phone, but this did not happen. Fast forwarding a bit, Amazon initially wanted to create both a budget phone and a flagship phone, but the budget phone was scrapped, as Jeff Bezos had believed it would make the Amazon brand look bad if they made a cheaper budget phone. I could actually kind of see it, but then again at the same time, making the flagship wasn't that good either, because the phone wasn't good. But in 2014, this abomination of a phone was released for $650 without a contract to AT&T. $650 for this thing. The main feature of the Fire Phone was dynamic perspective, a way to see the lock screen and other parts of the phone, such as the home screen, in 3D. This was nothing more than a cool gimmick. Sure, it was interesting, but after the 100th time, you would get bored of it. And who just stares at their lock screen? Normally on your phone, you go see the lock screen for a second, and then you go into the phone itself to have your daily disappointment with social media or whatever the heck you do. You don't just stare at your lock screen for 5 minutes, so it was kind of pointless. Another feature of the phone was called Firefly, which essentially gave you a way to scan items with the camera, which then took you to Amazon listings of those items. It may have been useful, but it was really just another way for Amazon to make more money off this phone. The way they implemented it, however, did look really cool for the time. It was actually, kind of cool.
I'm going to press and hold the Firefly button and start recognizing things. Phone number, recognizes a book, recognizes a DVD, QR code, CD.
Did I ever mention, by the way, that this phone has 5 front-facing cameras? That's for dynamic perspective, but it still looks so stupid. A lot of people didn't like that this phone was $650 if you didn't want to get it on AT&T, because this was carrier locked, which really did suck. It was $199 if you did get it on AT&T, which wasn't actually too bad, but that was with a 2-year contract. The next problem came with Fire OS. See, unlike most phones around this time that had a good stable operating system with a lot of app support, Fire OS was not that. It was a fork of Android intentionally made to get rid of the Google Play Store and all Google-related applications. This made most apps you would want to use completely incompatible with this phone unless they were either in the Amazon App Store or you wanted to sideload your phone, but who's going to do that? It also was not clear what this phone entirely was for. Most products are made to solve a problem, and this didn't really solve any problems, so nobody had a clear reason to buy it and just stuck to Apple or Samsung. Another issue is just the fact that this was made by Amazon. Seeing the Amazon logo on the back of the phone doesn't exactly feel the same as an Apple or Samsung logo. It makes me think of cheap products, not a fully flagship phone. No more than 35,000 Fire phones were ever sold. This was a significant commercial failure. This cost Amazon a whopping $170 million in losses. Initially, it was believed Amazon would make multiple models of the Fire Phone. However, this one is the only one that was ever released. No new model was ever made. Overall, the Amazon Fire Phone was Amazon's attempt to break into the smartphone market and compete with the big companies like Apple and Samsung, but they couldn't do it, and it backfired badly. This exact incident gave many companies the worry to not be too ambitious trying to enter the smartphone market. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. This was pretty fun to make on the Fire Phone. I thought this would be a really good, phone to do this on just because this phone was such a big failure. And I was like, you know what, we should do a video like this on it. So yeah, let me know if you want more of these. I'm sorry if this was a little bit short. I just didn't want to make it too incredibly long, and also I was a little bit crunched on time. But yeah, if you want to see a little more, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely consider it. But until then, goodbye.